In this video on Mogol TV, you will try to solve 5 mystical and logical puzzles. Only a few of you will solve all puzzles correctly. Usually, after you hear a puzzle, you can pause the video and give your answer, and then press play to hear the correct answer. In the comments below the video, don't forget to write how many of the 5 puzzles you answer correctly. Number 1. First, let's warm up our brains to prepare for the more complicated puzzles. There is one extra item among these bananas. Find it and write it in the comments what it is. So, if you are attentive enough, you found a boomerang. Thumbs up if you complete the task. And let's move on to the more complicated puzzles. Number 2. One traveler, wandering for a long time through the woods, came upon a large castle. As soon as he entered it, the main door immediately slammed shut, and he found himself in a large hall. He saw 3 doors and a note. It said that a man could only get out alive through one of these doors. Behind the first door, there was a pond with a hungry shark. Behind the second door, there was a serial killer who had killed hundreds of people since 1910. Behind the third door, there was a sea of poisonous acid in which the human body can completely dissolve. Which door should the traveler choose to get out alive? So here's the correct answer. If the traveler went through the door coming into the sea of poisonous acid, he would die immediately. If he entered the door coming to the hungry sharks, they would gladly eat him. A door coming to a serial killer is the right choice, because if you've been listening correctly, you notice that the maniac had killed hundreds of people since 1910. It means that in 2018, he was very likely dead or so weak that he wouldn't hurt you. Number 3. A man came to the police station and claimed that a suitcase, which contained $100,000, had been stolen. The police officers asked him to describe the perpetrator and tell the details of the crime. The victim stated he had just walked along the road. Suddenly, a man wearing a mask and gloves ran up to him, hit him in the face, and took the suitcase and ran away. The police officers also noticed a scar on the victim's face and asked if it was the result of a blow to the face. The victim responded the scar was indeed made by the perpetrator, as he was wearing a silver ring on his left hand. A few minutes later, the police arrested the victim and told him that he faked the robbery to get compensation from the insurance company. So, how did the cops guess that there was no robbery? As you might have guessed from previous puzzles, the key is to pay attention to the task. The victim stated that the perpetrator had been wearing gloves, but when asked about the scar, he said the criminal had had a silver ring on his hand. It follows that the victim simply made up his story. Number 4. A bridge connects 2 rocks, between which there is an abyss. You need to get to the other end of the bridge with 2 apples, but the bridge is so old that it will only support your weight and the weight of 1 apple. So, how do you get to the other side of the bridge with 2 apples? The fact is that you can't go back. You can only go across the bridge once. This puzzle tests your ingenuity. All you have to do is go across the bridge and juggle the apples. Then all the way through, you have only 1 apple in your hand, while the second one will be in the air. Number 5. In front of you, there are 2 squares made of matches. You need to move the 4 matches so that there are not 2, but 3 squares. How to get it? So, you need to move the 4 matches in this way, and then you will get 3 squares. Be sure to write in the comments how many of the 5 puzzles you answered correctly. Don't forget to visit the Mogol TV group NVK. Thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and click on the bell to be informed about new videos. And of course, leave your comments below the video.